a terrific speaker, so everybody invites him to go speak. When we go and think about David's ma'alot, David is a very unique combination that I think almost nobody has, because David is extremely warm, extremely friendly. If anybody ever wants to go on a Friday afternoon, anytime anyone wants, Roberta, I'm sure you're going to find out. I'm sure you did find out, but you haven't realized the half of it yet. If you just go, you have to go shopping with David. You and David want to go shopping. You walk the pomegranate. It'll probably take you about an hour and a half. He will stop along, like every single person he knows, the African American lady, and the old lady who needs help with her groceries, and a guy he doesn't know how he remembered, but he thinks it might have either been in Israel or in St. Louis that he bumped into, and he's talking to them, he's schmoozing with them, and everybody loves him. I think David probably has about a dozen people that consider themselves best friends of David's. It's an incredible thing. Like, everybody's David's best friend, because he has that very warm part of him, very friendly part of him. And David always jokes. David always said he wants to start a cult. He said, "I want to start a cult. Look at all these cult leaders. I want to do a cult." The funny thing is, if David would actually do it, he could definitely pull it off. He could definitely pull it off. He gets up there, he gets on that pulpit, he'll have people flocking to him. David, don't do it. Huh? God. You can definitely pull it off. I came to you last night. David was going to put out, David told us, thank you for reminding me, David told us that he was going to put out a book, because when when David had his accident, when God just came down and saved him, he was writing a book about his NDE, how God came down. There was a whole light, there was a whole story. Yeah, and now you're the prophet and the Messiah and everything. It's coming out. It's not there yet.
Well, he has his first cult member right over here.
You're supposed to tell me I'm right.
He has many
cult
members.
I'm wrong.
He has many cult members. But yes, everybody loves David. As a matter of fact, if we look through David's life, you see tremendous hashgacha. Hashem just took many times. I mean, I see like a tremendous number of times, literally every single step of David's life, Hashem just directed him and guided him, and exactly what he needed at that moment he got. So it seems, right? Right? Right, Merowitz is one great example, but there are many examples of times that, just things just worked out perfectly. Hashem said this, Hashem said that. This situation, that situation. This should have happened. That shouldn't have happened. And now we're up to the most exciting one of all, which of course is Roberta and the beautiful marriage, the beautiful union.
Number 2.
What's number 2?
No,
Mother number 2. Oh.
What?
That was the first marriage.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure if we agree with him on that. But I think it's very clear that this love that everybody has for David, it seems like Hashem has it as well, because we see in the tremendous hashgacha that David had, how beloved he is for everybody. But that's only the first half of David. That's one half of David. That's the very friendly, very outgoing, extroverted, exciting, warm, charismatic, friendly, sweet. That's one part of David. But there's a totally different part of David, which not everybody might realize instantly. Depends on what context you see him in. But David is also a real thinker. He's extremely smart. He loves, learning and studying, and he loves learning Torah. He will just, pick up a book on history with Paul Johnson or going. When David goes to Strand's, he's like a kid in a candy store. He walks into Strand's bookstore. He just walks. He's in heaven. He comes back with a huge, shopping list, a huge grocery list of books, and he just reads them. And I'm very lucky because I grab a bunch of his books. But David is just always loving to think and to work and to learn. And I've had the privilege of having many disagreements and arguments with David over the years. And I think recently we became a little closer together than we were. Ideologically, I think we shifted a little bit. But in all those conversations that we had, they were very enjoyable. But one gets the sense, which is unusual, because a lot of people when they argue, they just be talking points. But when David is arguing, when David is saying something, it's because he's really thinking, he's really living what he does, and every single moment, everything he believes it, he feels it, he wants to understand, he wants to get it, and he's always thinking and he's always analyzing and he's very introspective, and but together with that, he's still extremely optimistic and happy. And I think it's an extremely unique combination that, it's really a beautiful and very unusual thing, that combination of being both extremely happy, outgoing, friendly, charismatic, but at the same time, deep, introspective, and a thinker. And those are really beautiful qualities. I have 4, I'm pretty sure. This is what happens when you don't have paper. So I'll get to the Dvar Torah part.
You wanted to talk about that time.
What time? That time? We'll do that afterwards. When we so we just finished celebrating Tu B'Shvat, and I wasn't sure when I was going to speak. I thought maybe I was speaking on Shabbat, so I wanted to find the Dvar Torah on Tu B'Shvat. It wasn't fair because when David spoke at my Sheva Barachot, my week we had the mitzvah of Shana Rishonat v'Misameach Hatam B'Kala. That was in the parasha of my week. David doesn't give me anything like that. I have Kiryat Yam Suf. Yeah, I don't want to bring that in.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah. But anyway, it's Shani, right?
Put that one in.
That's Shani.